I do not tolerate cowardice.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Vantage cast. Tonight we got some Stellar Division action between Wannabe Banditos and Bronze 5A. I was joined tonight by Idocles for this match, but he got pulled into the game to sub. So, looks like we're going to be solo casting it here to start off. So, there's a sub on each side. Look, Idocles will be subbing in for the Wannabe Banditos for AD carry. And Bronze 5A has a sub top later and some 571. Now, this is the Stellar Division. Most of the ranked ELOs are usually in the mid silvers or mid silver to gold. But Bronze 5H has a couple of bronze players on it. But they also have a plat player. Normally their top laner Ward Turtle, but Ward Turtle couldn't make it tonight, so they subbed in plat for plat. So the teams are normally still balanced out average overall here. So don't expect we'll see what happens. That going into this, we have the Darius and Swain bands against Ansem. Those are his two top laners up there. Whereas looks like they have the Kale, Blitzcrank, and Zac bands coming out. Vance. Pretty decent on Zac. Once again, you're in Vantage. You're a jungler. You're a Zac player. Or at least have some experience on it. And then Blitzcrank banned out against Ziggy. He's been putting a lot of time in on that on the support, and looks like they're just taking out Shadow's Syndra there on that side. So as we kind of go down the rest of the cast, we have the Caitlyn first pick here. Pretty strong 80 carry at the moment with the longest range. Just to lay in some, just long-range auto and lane control. And then the Thresh Jhin, so Ziggy getting back on a hook champion here in the bot lanes, trying to control it also with the Jhin for Idocles. To counter that, we're going to have a Braum for Psycho Pez down there as support. So good, strong bat lane. It looks like Galio's made it all the way to the third pick here. I know a lot of teams definitely need or definitely look at Galio as a high contested pick for top lane, mid lane. I've seen him in support. Haven't seen him in jungle in a while. I think they pretty much knocked that one out after the release. They've finally gotten rid of jungle Galio, but we'll see what happens. Here's Thad's going to pick up the Orianna, so definitely going to have control here. Now, when we get into the second round of bans, definitely teams will probably be looking at not only to finish up their comps, but to get rid of the other teams, either best champions or stuff that they want to run against. Probably we'll have Benaya Lion Power here, just going to stall out and get rid of anything that Ansem can play. Now Ansem may be taking Galio top, and so they're getting rid of some mid laners still, so Thad's more comfortable in on this Orianna with the Victorina. It looks like there's, and whereas Bronze 5A, it looks like they're going to get rid of the Warwick and maybe be targeting Vance's pool a little bit more after getting rid of Zac in the first set.
I reckon.
Interesting, a Twisted Fate ban. That must be something that Shadow's pulled out before to see. And there's the Fiora, so that probably means that's going to be a top lane Galio, as that's Fiora's probably one of the strongest picks into Galio at the moment. But we will see what BN Lion Power will pull out, and it looks like he's going to be pulling out Kled here. Interesting that they pull out the Kled instead of the jungle here. Probably would want to see that more first off with the jungle pick, so you could set it up to have for sure that Galio is going top versus still has a chance to be flexed into mid lane into this Orianna. But we'll see what Bronze 5A wants to do. And they pick Gragas. So Gragas can also go top or jungle. And they're hovering Ari. Like, technically, he could run Gragas mid. I don't know how much AP he has anymore to sustain that. It does look like it's going to be an Ari, so Gragas jungle for Alson Restip, and the top lane Galio for Adsa into this Kled, feeling probably confident. They probably could have still flexed it at that point. But we will see what the final pick is here. And going for Kha'Zix for Advancement, so a little bit more assassination. So it's kind of you got the two all-inners, the Kled and the Kha'Zix. But Kha'Zix doesn't want to just dive into the backline. Kha'Zix wants to kind of skirt around and kind of leap in there at like the last second. I get isolation damage, isolation kill, and jump on out. And then Kled's the one that just wants to charge in there, but with no follow-up other than Orianna Ball. Maybe Thresh can get a pick. It seems like the champions that they kind of want to do this. They similarly, like, they kind of want to go in. They kind of want to initiate together. But it's not the synergy that like Gragas Body Slam or Galio ult with Orianna Ball has. Whereas like the Gragas can go in, the Braum can kind of jump in, but not really to get there. But if Gragas goes in or Ari wants to kind of dash in with a couple charges, have Galio jump in on top of her and dash on out, that may be an acceptable place to have a Galio ult and just try and go for the large wombo combo there. But there's a lot of AP damage coming out on the side of Bronze 5 Age with the Galio, the Gragas, and the Ari. So Caitlyn's going to be able to do a lot of damage because it's probably not going to be a lot of armor built early on, especially on the Kled and Kha'Zix. Jhin, though, is going to be... We'll see how the Jhin plays out. Jin's kind of in an interesting spot right now where still, when Jhin gets to extreme late game, can do the most damage, with that last crit, or any crit, actually, at some point, just absolutely wreck face. But it's a little bit of a slower output of damage, but it's smaller bursts, where Caitlyn's a little bit more sustained straight up. So we'll see how that works out for the bottom half. And then the supports here, Thresh into Braum, kind of a negligible on kind of what they want to do. The Braum should help pressure in onto the Jhin Thresh early with the Caitlyn, and we'll see how they respond to it. The response or some jungle pressure should really adapt to how the bot lane goes and who ultimately is in favor. Braum still kind of counters out the Jhin a little bit with his giant shield, but it's not the end of the world for Jhin to either shoot around or poke behind. Just kind of depends on how close it is. Thresh can definitely maneuver around Braum as well to get some nice hooks in, but it just kind of plays on how much they want to group. But with the Galio and Gragas, you can't really protect someone very well against Galio ult. But there's no one, like I said, Ari either has to burn ult charges or like flash body slam from Gragas, and once he's in, he's in. There's some synergies between the comps on each side, but not full synergies like that they would like most optimally like to play with. But we will be jumping in the game here in just a moment. Okay, so let's jump in on here. We have for Team Bronze 5H, we have Ansem playing Galio up in top lane, Alson Reztip playing Gragas in the jungle, Shadow 2097 on Ari mid lane, Butterfreelo on Caitlyn AD carry, and Psychopez as Braum support. On the other side, for wannabe bandits, we have Bien Line Power on Kled up top, Vance, Kha'Zix jungle, Thad the Destroyer on Orianna, Idacles 80 carry Jin, and Ziggy on Thresh support. And we should be coming in out of base here. And with both these teams looking at the level 1s, Thresh is a strong level 1, Braum is a strong level 1, Gragas with the barrel has a nice slow, Ari if she wants to start Charm here, and we're going to have a 10-man fight, level 1 in this bottom tribush. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh good, oh jeez, oh, they didn't see each other at all. Oh my gosh, this is hysterical. Oh, they are going to be biting themselves, kicking themselves. I don't know which team actually wins the level 1 here. Probably the team with the Braum. Maybe if the Galio does taunt. People are pinging away. Kled's going to back so he can go back to base. Galio looks like he's going to walk it out with the whole team here as 5. Are they going to walk it out as... oh no. 5 into this bush? There's only 4 here. It's a 4v5. We got a game already, folks. And there's the Charm missing out. And flash over the wall is Ziggy. Jin, you're going the wrong way, buddy. Idacles, you should have stayed in the caster room. You shouldn't have joined this match because now you're dead. Oh, red buff blocked the Braum Q, and there's the 1 crit. 2nd crit tries to get that early spill. Charm now blocked by the Krugs that just spawned. Thresh by Caitlyn now trying to get this in. Ziggy's already, leveled up the hook. This is, oh jeez. There's the heal. 1 more auto attack. Caitlyn not in range. There's the Q for Braum. That Ziggy's gonna drop down. Death to Ziggy. Oh my gosh, that was exhilarating level 1, if I don't say so myself. Okay, so the lanes are all now messed up. Bien Line Power has a 7-0 CS lead because he didn't go to any of that shenanigans. He left. Orianna's stayed there. Thresh is behind, but who got the kill? Braum got the kill. But he's not obviously going to go back and buy because the minions were spawning already and we're already at auto attacking by the time they showed up. And the Kled with the level 2 is going to have control of this. Vance didn't get a leash. Looks like he went to blue to red. Gragas has only finished red buff and is now asking for a leash maybe at blue. Kha'Zix has only done his 2 buffs. Doing the Scuttle Crab now as we look at he's at 2 CS. Going to be picking up his 3rd here in a moment. Don't know exactly sure. Oh, nice charm there by Shadow. And with the Ignite, his flash, 1 more auto, does take down Thad the Destroyer. So Thad just getting a little too pushed up, gets hit by the charm, drops down here. And the early aggressive not exactly working out on the side of the bandits here. Well, I needed a little bit of a breath on how chaotic that first started out here. So we just sort of take a breath, both teams here, get back into the match. Kled's definitely gonna have the pushing power and the advantage up here in top lane against this Galio here, and as long as he can get along with those 4-hit autos in, just will be absolutely wrecking faces. We do see the junglers meet up here as Vance is going to actually run into Galio and does not. It's going to have to flush and jumps. Does not actually flash as Gragas picks up that kill because able to follow the Kazakhs over the wall with flash. So Gragas now has double buffs. And Vance is going to be a little bit far behind as the jungle's slow progression through their jungles. Also, Galio with the assist there, that's really going to help him out in lane where he was kind of loses the pressure, especially until he can try and get some armor items before Kled can get some, some armor shredding items. As we see Kled go in here for an engage, and nice knockup and knocks Kled off of Skarl, and Gragas shows up just in time, but Benign Llama Power is going to be able to get, and is going to get Skarl back, and is level 5 to level 3 on Gragas, and that is a kill. Benign Llama Power now, 2 kills to him. Excellent job up in top lane, especially getting those kills. And now Shadow's going to throw the charm and flashes out this time from Thad. Definitely staying alive as Gale has picked up some items back and teleports back to top lane. With Gragas' death, that means that Kazakhs now didn't really, lost out on some time in the jungle, but is definitely trying to pick that pace back up. Is up in CS, is still up level 4 to level 3, maybe looking to get a gank off down here in this bot lane, as the Jhin and Thresh are finally going to push out away from their bot lane tower here. The spectator mode early on pretty much loves bottom lane, if you don't know, because I don't know if it thinks that the most action is going to happen down here or what. As we do see the other junglers, they're going to meet. Alston Restip does hit the vision plant there, and see that Kazakhs was taking the Scuttle Crab, and Galio is in by the pink ward here. So good vision control so far for both teams in trying to establish where the junglers are. And crits there. So Eidicles is almost level 6 as he did get all that time after that first blood in bot lane. I think he was level 2 before Ziggy was able to show back up, so that extra little advantage now at the moment is given away as soon as Caitlyn and Braum, they're just both hit 6, as we now have level 7 for Kled, absolutely wrecking house on this Galio. If he had a larger minion wave, probably could have just tower dove him there. But he's being really careful and cautious, making sure that Gragas isn't around. As Galio is going to back and get to tower, so. And Shadow's, dancing in between the minions, laying some stuff down to some nice Braum poke coming in and trying to keep, Eidicles and Ziggy away from these, minions and pushed up as there's the wave clear from Galio, starting to really catch up now. And keeping that, increasing his CS to try and get near that Kled. Kled is going to go in here, and there's the taunt coming out. We'll see if Skarl's going to be able to. Yep, there goes Skarl, and with Skarl gone, that means Kled could be in danger. But we have a gank here from Kazakhs down here, and flash in from Ziggy goes right in. It looks like Psychopath with the heal from Caitlyn's going to go through, but Jhin flash shot does take out the Braum, but has to burn heal and flash to get away from Caitlyn as well, as goes back to top lane here. And watch, Kled is now going to try and get away from this Ahri, and one more auto attack does get Scar. No, the jump on top of the little dinosaur creature thing, not in time, as the Ignite came just up in time for that Ahri to take down Kled. So Ahri is up in the CS, and Ziggy's going to bring in the AD carry, and we'll see if they do. And there's the stun, and they're definitely going for broke here as Eidicles and Ziggy, great combination there. Both of them are going to live with slivers of health in the red. Caitlyn just a step too far forward, got hit by that hook, and that was the end there for her. That was the death sentence. I gotta get my timings better here if I'm gonna try and pull out some more of those jokes solo tonight. As the junglers here have got their next books, and Vance goes into the Rift Herald pit, which normally you think would be safe. Oh no, this could be an interesting, as Kha'Zix's going to show up, but here comes Kled down from the bottom as it runs right into Galio, but no support for Orianna. Galio ult's going to happen. There's the ult from Orianna as Kled's trying to get in onto someone to finish off a kill, as Flash is burnt from Galio, Gragas, and Ahri, and Kled. Anyone else burn Flash in that combo? Nope. Ziggy has roamed up here, though, trying to get some eyes in on this lane, as Idocles is now going to be stuck 2v1ing down in bot lane. Oh, Vance is going to go in and just rip apart that Gragas. Thresh was there for backup just in case. And Skarl has ran away yet again. Good job by the Gallo to poke off that creature. As Ahri's going to go in for the full combo here onto that Destroyer, who's going to have to flash and try and escape because the Thresh is not there in time to throw out a Lantern. And Caitlyn and Brum here are laying down lots of damage. They've now caught up in the CS and the Caitlyn department and are looking to probably just get in on this tower with this next wave and really keep Idocles either down or push back. Try and maybe go for that first tower, as Vance has been getting greedy in this jungle. Thresh has left you, buddy. There's no Lantern here anymore. I know you have jump, but you have... There's the flash. And Blast Cone's Galio actually back in and goes invisible. Can't help him, as, you know, you're still not on back on Skarl, are you? No. Little Yordle running around. And I guess we have a killing spree down in bot lane. Idocles must have opened up with ult, as it looks like that is on cooldown, and was able to take them out, as there's one crit, there's the heal, that heal goes down as Caitlyn takes out Thresh, but Jhin gets a 4th kill in this lane and is now pretty much full control here, as long as Ziggy doesn't spend too much time out roaming the map. Gragas is starting to deal some steals, as the actual ult from Orianna here just to try and keep the Gragas there, as the Ignite once again comes out from Shadow, this time on the Orianna, and goes in and jump over the wall by Vance is a little bit baited there, takes out Ahri. Shadow too cocky going under tower. Both of these junglers have been caught out multiple times now, trying to do jungle invades on the enemy team, trying to get in a little bit of a vision or jungle steal or whatever their ultimate goals are here, as the damage coming out. And it looks like Kled is... Jeez. And this is the part where... Oh, no. Vance is here, but nice job by the Gragas with the short knock up. It does have actually red buff and blue buff. Probably the reason why it's there. Vance now with Taunted, is that's going to be enough. Ziggy has roamed up here to throw out a Lantern to take Vance back down. Maybe they'll be looking to do the Rift Herald there, as Kled is pushing in hard in the top lane, trying to get in on that first tower, as Idocles is back down here 2v1ing. It does look like they're going for the Rift Herald here, as Butter Freelo and Psycho Pez are trying to push in this, you know, Jhin, but that's a first item, i.e. Jhin, and those crits absolutely going to be extremely painful to anyone that gets hit, is he's also getting those speed up movement from those crits. He's able to dodge anything that Braum puts out, and with all this running around and all those crits and not being stuck down, they'll allow Caitlyn and Braum to jump on him in the 2v1 is what's allowing him to stay consistent in CS and in pressure kept up, as you know, Kled and... Oh, jeez. Well, Ziggy is back now and goes in onto the Caitlyn. There's the Braum ult. Does knock up the Jhin, and there's the exhaust, but that's not going to matter, as Jhin picks up a double kill crushing defeat down here. Every time Ziggy like just shows up on Thresh, lands a hook, gets Idocles 2 kills, and then goes back to help the rest of the map, which has been pretty much fighting all across the board here. We're at not even 15 minutes and already have 17 kills. And now it looks like we will be getting the first dragon of the game, and it's going to be an Air Drake going towards the side of the bandits, but it looks like everyone is collapsing. Gragas is here as well. He's going to flash and throw the ult in. That's not going to be enough, and Galio's going to come in, and Sko is Kled on the rage, and there's Ansem. He's going to have to try and flash out. He does escape as Kled's being taking lots of damage, and Blast Cone sends Vance back into the pit as they clear out the wards. So Gragas decides to flash in instead of body slam in so he can flash out, and he got, you know, Thresh flayed out of his body slam, so could not get out of the pit. We do have only 2 minutes remaining on the Rift Herald here, so let's see if Vance is going to back and buy, or if he's going to slip on out, or use the Herald in a specific lane, or even forget to use it. Kled has just walked down here from the mid lane over some wards, and it looks like they're just going to three-man the bot tower as Vance looks to take out Pink Ward, jumps over to the pit just to get it cleared out. Jhin is now taking red buff already up in the top half of the map. He does have a Zeal and Boots of Swiftness, so he is really far up against this Caitlyn, and with all that crit damage he can do is going to be extremely powerful. As we see a skirmish down here in the bot lane now, as the Galio is trying to go in, but Braum as well trying to follow up. There's not a lot of tankiness yet. No completed items for really anyone on the side of Bronze 5 Age. And Shadow kills Orianna again. So there's that going there for him. And there is Caitlyn getting too close yet again. And Vance trying to go in, and one more auto attack. And it looks like Braum's going to miss the Q. And there's a great ultimate by the Gragas here, as the two tanks are going to try and kill the Jhin. But that extra movement speed is going to allow Jhin to escape with those crits. Every crit gives him more movement speed, and there's another crit for a kill, and Vance has summoned the Rift Herald here at the very end just to push them in off of this tower, as Galio has to go to that defend that tier 2. As we see Orianna coming in, just trying to, she has died a couple times in lane now to this Ahri, but has definitely been able to keep up with the CS. Ahri has done a little bit more roaming right and left here, but staying ahead in the CS is important, especially if you aren't getting any kills, and just trying to get your gold income that way. Pretty important for her. But this Jhin is absolutely wrecking house right now. 7-0-1, and let's look like there's some armor being built. Oh, jeez, Ahri unloads a full EQW combo in onto the Jhin and takes out 3/4, and looks like she's maybe going in for another. Did blow one part of her ult, I believe, charm, as if they can get to Idocles, that may be a great chance for them to pick up some kill or some pressure to get them off of the split pushing Kled that's up in CS and definitely pushing out here. But Jhin has gone back to top wave just to collect even more CS, as he does have the most CS in the game. It looks like we got a little 1-3-1 action going on here from the bandits, as Braum takes a nice Q there. Actually, Arichis. Thresh took a Ari charm to the face, and the damage coming out significant enough to take him down to half. Not significant enough, though, to force him back as they pull the Jhin after he pushed that tower out. Back to mid-wave here, kind of A-ramming it, and Braum takes a hook to the face, and an Orianna ult, throws out his own ult as Kled's going to ult down in onto Caitlyn in the bot lane. Jhin has opened up, the curtain call here, and it looks like that's not going to be enough as he's trying to get close enough to the final hats. Butterfreelo gets pulled back in on the bear trap, and rope gets taken out by Kled in bot lane. There's the Gragas ult, and since Vance back in the tower, and Flash for All's wrist, not going to be enough as that Kha'Zix escapes because of the shields from Orianna and Thresh in that instance. And with this tower getting mowed down, and Kled already on this tier 2 in bot lane, and the top lane pushing to the tier 2, this is looking very dire for Bronze 5H here. Really a rough action going on here in the bot lane. There goes one tower. They're going to try and finish it off. Nope. Takes... Nice Thresh Lantern. Well, we are almost up 9k gold here for the bandits, as but most of that gold is respectively on the AD carry here. Idocles coming in over 8,000 gold, while Caitlyn is still below 6,000. The other large gap there is the 7,000s coming out above 7,000 from the top laner junglers versus their counterparts, who are both sitting around the 5,000 marks. So we do have an Infernal Dragon here, so it looks like both teams want to be fighting for this, as Galio's going to try and get some. Ziggy's getting really close, and people are just ignoring him as he's going to Lantern in the Kha'Zix here, as we see Orianna trying to fight the Galio off to the side, and Gragas is focused, must have been the focus here to get that the dragon. They're just going to finish off Ziggy on the back end. Now it's going to be a 3v4. Braum is going to be absolutely brutal. Caitlyn's coming in from the side, but I think she's going to be... There's a trap. It's low. She gets hit by the snare from the Jhin, and Gragas needs to drop his ult. Not is going to happen, as now the carries from Bronze 5H are running. 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4... Dead. Oh, that hurt my throat. I went way too high on that 4th note there. Looks like they're just gonna try and face tank this. Vance nearly taken out there from the tower, and they're running up towards Baron. We see Baron, as we see some the pings going on it. So with another tower taken down. So not only is they're getting objectives every time they get the kills as well. And we'll see Galio does come in, and maybe can... Down goes the Kha'Zix, and Orianna's probably going to drop as well. Yep, that's second kill for Galio, and Skarl's going to come back to help Kled live a little bit longer here. And there's the ult, and Kled with the perfect ult timer actually doesn't allow them to... Gragas going to go back in, going to get hooked by Thresh, and you're going to die because this Jhin has so many crits right now. Gragas trying to get as much as he can, but not enough. Galio the same, as Ari's going to try and finish in off here, and it looks like it's just the bot laners versus the... Well, mid laner's dead now. And so is everyone else, because if Jhin lands one more... Oh, nice crit by the side of Caitlyn in that one. And finally, Butterfreelo getting the advantage of crit power. And Ziggy going to go in with the Lantern and bring in Vance. And it looks like Butterfreelo is just going to drop to isolation damage. And they stuck around, and now Braum is dead. And now we're just going to do the whole thing all over again. Or not, as Orianna has gone top lane here to just sort of try and clear out the minion wave, and maybe get that pushing there for Kled does have teleport. He's gone down the bot. The CS leads that these champions have had has gone kind of stagnated here during the last 10 minutes or so because we've had so much fighting, so much battling, that's the chance to get CS or to make sure the waves are in your favor seem to be neglected occasionally. Okay, so Team Bronze 5H, what do you do to set this up? You don't let them get Baron, and you just try and have to get your tanks tankier. You have to get some more armor on them and not get hit by thresh hooks. And when you get hit by thresh hooks, you die. You have to ward up your side of the jungle, and you have to make sure that when things are going bad, you just gate what you can and don't spend anything. And Alston, Res Tip, does he have flash? He did flash, but he does not. And death. Looks like the that extra just damage from Jhin coming out. And with the jungler dead, this is going to be a free Baron for the wannabes here. Caitlyn coming in with a nice ult, trying to lay down some poke damage as they're trying to finish it out. And Jin's going to open up the current call. Not sure why, as Braum is going to kind of finish it out and try and kill out. But there's the heal. Braum blocking all of the damage as we see double flashes in onto Caitlyn. I don't know if that was necessary to burn both of them, but they do. Caitlyn and Braum go down, and they all are like below half health except for Jhin, who's now at full again. Galio, I don't know if you want to fight this. He is going to get hooked here, and his flash is out of it. But Gragas does have the the Randuin's Omen, but I probably should have gone just straight Ninja Tabi because so much damage is coming out on the side of the Jhin and the Kha'Zix and the Kled. The Boots Lucidity is great for the cooldown reaction and everything, but they're just getting poked off this tower. Galio, even in the final form, finally they picked up a kill, and it's on Thresh. But this entire time, Bien Lion Power able to split with the Kled, take down that top inhibitor. As it looks like they want more. Are they gonna back? I think Idocles is baiting. He wants someone to step on one of his little traps so he can drop a full combo on him. Or steal red buff. As the next dragon is spawning in 30 seconds, it is going to be a second Infernal. This might be a good chance for Bronze 5H to get vision here, control right now in the next 30 seconds. Get these waves pushing out. Either go for the steal, and get the dragon away from them and get out, and then play defense with your two Infernals, and hopefully that's enough extra little bit of damage to help your tanks, because you do have two tanks. The other team doesn't have any right now, as Vance has gone full damage. Kled, although, does have a GA, so you don't have to kill him, and Skarl and GA is pretty risky, and you just probably do this in a hope that you can also prevent the tower going down. And Gragas does go in and gets the steal, and hopefully gets out quickly here, as he's probably just going to end up sacrificing himself with the ult. And there's the Braum ult as well, followed by the Orianna ult, and it looks like Kled is going to ult, get in onto this Caitlyn, see what action happens here. Great traps by the Caitlyn, preventing Skarl from going any further. Vance going to just jump over the wall. Galio ult comes out to prevent some of that damage, as Kled is just going to face tank and take out that tower, looking to get in on this AD carry, as he does have one more crit from Idocles, although the heal comes out just to make sure the tower doesn't finish enough, and bouncing grenades, not enough finish enough, with an inhibitor dropping down. I think that's going to be a game they just needed to get out after they got that dragon, and they were unsuccessful in doing so. With all 5 members here in an extremely fed AD carry, and the tankiness that Skarl and GA can provide, I think this match is probably going to be over in favor of the Bandits here, and finishing up the kills. That is the end of game 1. Well, that was a 28-minute game that featured 50 kills. We are almost 2 kills a minute. Yikes. That was very fast. That was very violent. Is we do see that the dual tanks just never could get going to the point where they could fight all of the damage coming in from Kled, the Kha'Zix, the Orianna, the Jhin, and the Thresh being able to separate teammates either with hooks or flays, the Orianna ult, the shockwave there, everyone running from that curtain call allowed Kha'Zix to intermingle, get isolation damage, get picks off, and just the fast and aggressive playstyle that everyone on the wannabe bandits did just really kept that high, fast up tempo, allowed them to look for those picks in those mid games, because if they get into a slower, drawn-out team fight, and Caitlyn has time to just sit in the back and poke and auto and poke and auto and poke and auto, probably could have done some really, a bunch of damage, right? But the real issue with it here is no towers were taken. The gold disparity at the end of this is going to be drastic, and that's probably mostly going to be due for the fact that it's 9, 10, 11, 11 to 0, or sorry, 10 to 0 in towers. I know they did get the 2 Infernal Drakes, but that last Infernal Drake should have just been a posture and then stealing out, just to get out. So we'll probably take a look here kind of at some of the damage stats, because I know people like to look at those in particular. Graphs are easier to see. And you're going to see here are your tanks up top, and they're not be able to compete with the damage dealt on the side of the bandits here. It's pretty easy to kind of see what was happening in that aspect. Also, the crits coming out from Jhin, the Thresh being able to leave lane because of the advantage Jhin got. He was able to be level 3, be level 4 ahead of the Caitlyn Braum, and was able to manipulate the wave enough that he stayed safe. And he was getting those crits, so he was getting the extra movement speed in lane, so he wasn't getting chunked out by Braum's passive. And that just allowed Thresh to leave. Thresh being able to leave affected the other parts of the map. And the jungle invades on both sides of the junglers. Both junglers, Gragas and Kha'Zix, went awry. But Thresh being there one more time than Braum could be there meant that Kha'Zix's jungle invade was not the end of the world. So the other thing I like to just quick look at is your ward's place here. And being on the losing side does look like some decent wards being placed. I know it was not even 30 minutes, so not going to be highest ward totals. Not ward turtle, because he's not in this game. But ward totals coming out. But maybe slightly better vision at maybe getting blue trinkets on the side of Braum side that might have had a better chance of not getting picked out so much in the jungle. So hopefully we'll have the next game coming up here in the next few minutes, and I'm going to get another drink, and we'll see you in just a little bit.